Hello everybody, welcome to the ScrapbookPal channel. My name is Sandra Beus and I'm super excited to be part of the design team. Today we're going to use Lawn Fawn stamp sets and dies to create the card. So here is what we're going to use. We're going to use the Card Creators Christmas add-on, and as you can see there's so many little stamps that you can use with the coordinated dies, and also we're gonna use the Card Creators stamp with the dies. So we're gonna need for this project also this stamp set that it's called Over the Mountain Borders. So you can see there's kind of like a scene, like a background scene you're gonna be able to create with this, and it comes with the coordinated die. We're also gonna use this art glitter adhesive. All of these products are gonna be linked in the description box below, and all my links are gonna be affiliated links. This is the first card that I made. As you can see, I use all of those stamps and dies, and I loved it. I like to use the backgrounds, mountains, and all the trees and everything, and I use some Copic markers to color them. So we're gonna start stamping. So for that, I use my Misti, which is the stamping tool, and it helps you to be able to stamp it twice if you need to. I have to tell you that I've been able to use many different stamps, and this is one of the first times that I use Lawn Fawn, and I am in love. First of all, because when you stamped, it's so clear. You don't need to stamp twice, just one time, and it shows all the little critters or whatever you're using very well. So I'm just here trying to decide what I'm gonna use. Since I use in my first card, I used the little deer saying hello, like standing up one of his hands. And this time I decided to use the other deer where his hands are in the steering wheels. So, and as you can see in my first card, I also put the presents or the gifts inside of the card. This time I decided to use both critters inside of the card. So I'm gonna make just a little bit different, some adjustments. So you can see that it's many ways to use these stamps. So now I'm gonna stamp the card. Now for the ink, it's a black ink. Just make sure that it's alcohol proof, because we're gonna use some alcohol markers. In this case, I'm gonna use the Copic markers. So very simple. Like I said, if you see me stamping in the Misti, I just needed to do it one time, and that was it. Now we're gonna color. So I try kind of to use the same tones that I used in my first card. I'm gonna use Copic E42 and E43. Just a little bit of zoom in. If you're not able to see the lids that I'm putting there, I'm putting all the information also in the video, so you can just see it if you want to know what colors I use. I'm trying to use two different shades just to give a little bit of dimension on it, but these critters are very small, so it won't really, you are not gonna really be able to see the shading that I'm making, but I think it's super cute if you just add two shadings. It will work. Normally I like to add 3, but at this time, like I said, this is a very small images, so 2 will do it. So we're using now the Copic E25 and E27. I'm kind of fast forward a little bit the coloring part, because you know most of you most likely knows how to color, and just I think it's just fun and it's very relaxing. I will also encourage you to check out the blog of ScrapbookPal, or in their website you will find many inspirations for different products that they carry. They carry everything. It's a very complete store. So I'm just gonna color part of this card because it will take me forever to show you everything that I color. So we're just gonna do a little bit, and then we're gonna, by the magic of the video, you're gonna be able to see everything done already. So now we are using those gray shades, C4, C6, and C9. So that's for the steering wheel, and I'm gonna use the same tones for the car. Now those are for the wheels of the car, the dark one. And then we're going to put a little bit of shading here. As you can see here, because this part of the card is a little bit bigger, you're gonna be able, kind of how I do my shading part, with 2 different tones. It's nothing crazy, it's a very, very simple and very basic coloring, but it's super cute because these stamps are really cute. Now we're gonna use the greens, and this is the YG23 and YG25. Now we just color in the reef of this reef is gonna be in the front of the car. So you have a little tiny stamp that you can put there in the plates of the car, but it won't be necessary this time because I will put those reefs there. Now I use the NUVO Crystal drops. I don't know if you can see the white color for the snow that is supposed to drip from the car, but at the end I didn't use it because my background is gonna be kind of greenish, so it didn't make sense to put a snow going down the car because everything is gonna be green. Look, I use the coordinated dies, and look how adorable, and it cut perfectly. I just love it, and just cut like butter, no problems with them. So now I use a circle of 3 3/4. This is gonna be practically the center of my car. Now this is a piece of car of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now we're gonna do a shaker. I wanted to do something different this time because normally, you know, you're just gonna create a background and put those adorable stamps, but this time I wanted to do something different. So for that, I'm gonna create a shaker, and I show you what do I need. If you have, you know, dies that are circle, anyone will work. I'm gonna link some of them that you can find in ScrapbookPal, and it needs to be kind of like a nesting circle, so you will be able to cut different sizes together, and that's how you're gonna make the borders and things like that. So here I am using the stamp set that Over the Mountain borders. I love this stamp because you could use it for many of your cards, for all of them. I love to create scenes on my cards, so this stamp is perfect for me. So as you can see, I just kind of lay out how I want it to be in my circle. Now it's gonna be a shaker, like I said, but also it's gonna be kind of like an ornament. So you will see at the end how this looks. Is super adorable. I love how the Misti tool, it makes everything look perfect to me. So there it is. This is my background. Now we're just gonna color. So we're gonna use another Copic markers. In this case, it's gonna be YG05 and the YG07. So like I said, you're gonna find all this writing into the video. So remember, the car is gonna be in the middle, so that's why I didn't really care very much how the middle will look, because the car will cover it. But I'm just using this basic green, and I'm just gonna, after this, I'm gonna use one shade darker to give a little bit of, you know, contrast or dimension, just a little bit. And then when you blend it, it won't really show very much. So the same process I will go with everything, you know, the mountains, the sky, I will use all of that. But like I said, by the magic of the video, you're gonna be able to see it all done already. So we're almost done. Here I'm just positioning how I want it to be, lay out my car and the critters and everything. How adorable is that? So just thinking what I'm gonna do, looking at the card that I already did before. So I don't want to copy exactly, I just want to use something different. So that's why I was looking. In my first card, you see that the tree is on top of the car. This time it's going to give the gifts, the presents are going to be on top of the car. And instead of put just one critter, I'm going to put two critters inside the car. Now the antlers, I just love them, so that was a must for me to have in my car. You know, it just gives the impression of Christmas and things like that. So we are ready. Let me tell you one thing. This is the first time that I use that glitter, art glitter glue or adhesive, and I loved it because it's just perfect. It gives you enough time to you know, to wiggle around, to be able to position everything, but it glues everything and it's very strong. So this is, I don't know, this is perfect. This is the first time that I use it, and let me tell you now, I will never stop using this glitter. So ScrapbookPal has these small bottles of 2 ounces, but they also have the 4 ounces and the refills. So I definitely gonna go back and get the big ones, so when this one empties up, I just, you know, put it in. So this is a really good glue to have if you have little tiny pieces to put together or anything. So here I'm just practically done with my background and how I want to position everything, my layout. Now I wanted to put the extra tree, but yeah, I think it was gonna look too busy. So we are ready now to put all the parts for the shakers. Remember, now that is foam, and I didn't know if this glue was gonna work, but it worked perfectly. And the good thing is also that this glue dries clear. So that was exactly what I need, because I always use a lot of glue and everything, and when it smears everywhere, it doesn't look good. But in this case, this glue, it dries clear, so I didn't have any problem. So now here's my piece of acetate, and there's the border, and it's a glitter, gold glitter. And here I'm putting some pieces of different, you know, bits there. I put a little bit of white, iridescent, little bits here and there. It looks like it's a lot, but it's not. I put everything in the middle, but you know, I just gonna give it a try and see how it looks before I glue it, because if it was too much, I wanted to take it out, but it wasn't too much, it was perfect. So I'm just gluing everything, ready to seal my card. I had so much fun creating this card, and I think it looks adorable. If you have this card in your hand, I think you will think the same thing. So, you know, the camera and the pictures never do enough justice to our projects, but this card is just super adorable. I was very impressed when this glue, it glues so well on top of the acetate, because the acetate it's plastic, you know, and just it went perfect. It just did it amazingly. And I didn't either needed to wait for so long. I just glue it and that was it. Now I like to layer my cards always. I like to put at least 2 layers. So I use a green, and then I use a pattern paper. So you can use any pattern paper that you have, that it will be kind of like a reddish for Christmas. You know, this is kind of Christmas theme. So like I said, that was a shaker, but I wanted to do it like an ornament. So I don't want it just to be in the air, so I put like a string. I should have put I think would it be better if I would have put maybe a small tiny ribbon, but it works. Now I was trying to decide what bow I should put, and I think I like that one better because it contrasts with the card. So we're almost done, you guys. We just need to put a sentiment. Now this stamp set comes with the letter sentiment. In this case, you see that one, my first card has the sentiment that says Jingle Bells, and I also put those little tiny musical notes, because I just want to give the impression that the little critters were singing while they were driving. So it was very cute. So now I'm just gonna emboss the sentiment. It says Merry Christmas. I use an embossing powder and a kind of like a powder to take all the static. So I'm gonna link that one too. It is very important if you're gonna do if you're gonna emboss something. It's really important that you use that little powder, that it will help you to take all the static, so the embossing powder won't stick in parts that you don't want to. So here I'm melting it with my tool, my heat tool. Now this is always magic to me. I love to see it, how it melts and how beautiful it gets there. I'm using just my scissors. By the way, these scissors are also super cool. It's very tiny, and it's kind of like a precision scissors if you wanna cut, you know, just if you like to fussy cut, this scissor is perfect for that. Now just adding my glue to the bottom of the shaker, and practically that's it. That's the sentiment there, and I loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much to create both cards, and I'm gonna link everything. Thank you for your support, for watching this video, and here just putting the pictures. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Bye bye.